We're ready to launch operations.
Now, here's a game that everyone remembers, but everyone's also sort of forgotten. It's an absolute blast from the past, and if you ask most people, they'll say it was quality, mate. Very few of us actually remember that it got mixed reviews on release. We all remember that art style, but few of us actually remember what it's about, what happens, how it plays, all that jazz. I am in exactly the same boat, so I went back to have a look to see how my memories actually compare to the reality. Before we get onto opinions though, here's some actual facts. It was running on the Unreal Engine 2, it was released in 2003 on the PC, PS2, Xbox and GameCube, and then in 2004 it was released on OS X. The major voice talents were provided by Fox Mulder, OG Batman, and the Rough Riders First Lady. The game itself is loosely based on a Belgian graphic novel of the same name, hence the unmistakable art style. None of what follows is spoilers, as the game is 15 years old, lads. The ultra slimmed down plot revolves around our main man, the amnesiac and titular 13, who is searching for his identity throughout a comic book style cel-shaded world. You start out waking up on a beach to the news that you killed the president, which you later learn that you didn't. It was a gang called the 20 whose aim was to overthrow the government, a gang that you were part of but betrayed. The game ends on a total bait for a sequel, one which would never happen, as although we all remember this game, not many people bought it. In the world of Ubisoft now and forever, poor sales means no franchise. With the actual facts out the way, we come to the always polarising part of these videos, opinions. Firstly, graphically, I love cel-shaded games, and comparatively I think they always age so well. One of my favourite games of all time is Winwaker, and my feelings were it was one of the least necessary HD remakes for the Wii U, as it still looks fantastic. The very nature of this game, with its fixed camera and action cutaway overlays, means it has definitely aged a bit worse. But it's still nice and colourful, lovely to look at, and comparatively it's not visually like other 15-year-old titles. Still now I get this deja vu to the animated series Archer, and the sound throughout is just Austin Powers. I love the little comic book flashes like seeing the tapping of people's feet, and although you'll see it hundreds of times, the headshot pop-up is still great. Another positive is the actual story, although to be honest most is told throughout in these in-between level cutscenes. However niche, it was based upon an already existing IP, so the foundations are there and your feedback on what the audience likes and doesn't is already done for you. Stories about assassinating a president and having amnesia are basically the bread and butter of action games and films, but there is enough of its own flavour here to stand out. This also may be a positive just for me and negative for others, but there's 13 chapters and 34 levels and you can zip through them so quickly. Even with forgetting where I was supposed to be going and being a bit confused, I zipped through this all in under 10 hours. You always have to have balance, so now for the negatives. I remember even at the time when this first came out that Adam West
Ready, son?
was amazing as always, but David Duchovny was just phoning it in. It feels like he recorded his lines of dialogue all in one go and in one take, with no one else giving him any context of how he should be reacting. Just listen to how bad some of this is.
Jones, finally. I feel like I've spent 3 months inside a tin can.
Jones, do you read me? That was real fun, General. But isn't it time you told me who I am?
Margarita's on the beach?
What a nightmare.
Other games of the time did have well-known voices, but definitely not as many as we have today, so it was still quite novel and cool to have a star in a game. But the X-Files had finished over a year previously, and it seems to me that this was just another paying job to him. Unfortunately also, the gameplay has aged, and it has aged badly. I can't talk about the multiplayer as I have no idea how to get it running. Apparently you still can play it in 2018 through fan service, but I'm sticking to the single player campaign here. It's a really frustrating game sometimes. If it wasn't for the graphical style, then this would just be a forgettable first person shooter. The levels are extremely linear, it's just point A to point B stuff, and then when you get there it goes done. Level complete. The levels are also really sparse too. I've said they're linear, but the counterpoint is sometimes you can get lost just because things look exactly the same. The gunfights are the best part of the game, but there isn't that many in it. You go around a corner, kill a couple of lads, get to the next corner, kill a couple of lads. It's just set piece after set piece with not much going on. The hitboxes are also massive. The scope of some of the weapons as well just swings all over the place. Like in current games, you start off nice and strong and then your aim starts wobbling about. This goes the other way. It starts wobbling about and then gets stronger. The stealth part of the game, which surprisingly is supposed to make up quite a lot, just doesn't work. Like as soon as you see them, they see you. You are supposed to crouch and listen to the tapping and open doors and stuff, but if they're not moving, you can't see if there's anyone there. It's a bit buggy, a bit broken. You fire a bit slow, so it's like bang, 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 you know, with a pistol. Boring. Shift makes you walk. You won't always run, but you move so slow. That was quite annoying as well. Everything individually is forgivable. It's just the sum of the parts just makes it a bit dull. With all that taken into account, I can say that for a trip down memory lane, it is worth it. One of the problems you're going to have though is, sadly, as far as I know, there is no official way to buy a digital copy of this game anymore. It was removed from GOG, I don't know when, it's not there anymore. I had a disc of it, which is why I was playing it, and if you want to play it, you're going to have to find one on Amazon or eBay. The multiplayer as well was shut down in 2012, which is mental because it means that they kept the server going for 9 years. I didn't try it, there is fan multiplayer out there, but I can imagine it's, you know, awful, but whatever. This was 13. It was good, it was bad. You make your own mind up, boys. Or not. Don't play it and just remember it being quality. Quality game. 13. Catch you later.